Howdy fluffbutts, it's me, Faolan and Cortez Colt. Man, this is a different perspective. I'm on my bed. Why's that? No, we're not going to be making out. Stop it. This year, in 2021, one of my resolutions is to keep experimenting with a variety of different video ideas. You know me, I love testing myself in the waters of fresh content that I haven't touched before on my YouTube space. I find it quite exciting to see if it pays off in terms of creativeness and personal likeness to see whether it works or not. So for today, I'm going to be treating you all with a sit and talk, like what those usual blogger videos do. They chat about a subject to their audience about what has happened in their lives, and I shall do the same with what might have happened to me in the furry and brony fandom. So strap yourselves in, and let me take you back to a more peaceful time in 2016, and tell you about the day that I got into a fight at college. All because I was a furry. Consider this video to be a more detailed explanation of that one ending question that I answered in my first Halloween Q&A video. In the middle of 2016, I was just starting my second term in college as I studied creative media production. 2015 was undoubtedly one of the best years of my life, as everything that I wanted to achieve was starting to come true. And I fully believed that 2016 would be a major step up in my education. Shame that it was wasted when I found out about furries. God damn you, Book of Fox, and your stupid unboxing video! I'm joking. My second year in the course was admittingly arduous because I had so many deadlines with so much work being carried in my hands that they might have disintegrated if I tried to last any longer. During the first half of 2016, my life was a bit depressive. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do with my future. I had consistent addictive problems with the guy down there. And of course, my college was treating me and others so harshly that I wouldn't have been able to find any time at all to relax. Not to mention the mile-high hill that I had to walk up and down every single day. Like seriously, the college that I was in was split into two sections, one at the bottom and one at the top. And guess where I was situated? The top. When we all got the bus to the college, it always dropped us off at the bottom of the hill. So we had to walk 20 odd tiresome minutes up to where my lessons began just to start the day.
Just a little more further.
But I guess I can't complain that much because that hill was literally the only thing keeping me fit and healthy. Otherwise, where else would I have gotten these strong calves? Okay, enough of that. Let's just get back to the story. Mid-2016 was like a legit hellscape in my head. And I was desperate for something that would magically make all of my concerns disappear. Like the flick of the Dutch angel dragon godmother's wand. And then it came. The call of the furry fandom. Long story short, I was bored one night searching up cute animal videos and I found fursuit unboxings and euphoria happened. Euphoria. I found the furry fandom and let me tell you, I was deeply obsessed with discovering more and more about this community I found and generally never heard of. I was saving furry artwork on my computer, reading furry stories in my free time, and watching furry movies. Most particularly Zootopia. Well, because why? Well, because it was 2016 and Nick Wilde's chest fur was the hot topic on everybody's minds at the time. Don't judge me. But when that obsession of mine reached the tranquility of my time in college, everything went downhill. I understand now that I was kind of childish and foolish to publicly express my interest in furries at 16 years old. Heck, there were much older people than me at college that were really prone to being oppressive towards anyone that seemed different or in the slightest bit, to them, a black sheep. I actually didn't have many friends during my 2 terms of education.
Aw, boo-hoo-hoo.
People already kind of disliked me because of me continuously talking to myself in classes and being that one student who's genuinely weird. Or in their words, a retard. So imagine that, when they found out that I was a furry, a newborn one, oh, the possibilities of what they could do to me were endless. In late September, 3 months after becoming a furry in June, I didn't know about the big amount of hatred that furries had at the time, so I thought, why not set my college computer's wallpaper as a furry? Yeah, that would be a good idea. Not. During lunchtime, when I was trying to awkwardly fit in with a group of students that I worked with every day, we were all inside an empty classroom. Me, being the tech geek that I am, I decided to play some games to pass the time with my lunch. That was when one scruffy brown-haired slick got nosy around me. He saw my computer with the furry wallpaper and I audibly heard him retch. I didn't think much about it because maybe someone ate something awful or bad during lunchtime, but he continued doing it to me, getting closer to my ear each time. Okay, what is going on? I turned around, a bit annoyed from the noise, and that was when he decided to open his big mouth and he physically pointed at my computer in disgust. What is that? This? It's just my wallpaper. Do you even realize what that is? Yes? Oh my god. He put me on the spot with a barrage of questions and I was already feeling too anxious to answer them because they were just so vague. Are you one of those f***its? What? Did you know that they fuck animals? Dude, do you want to have a relationship with a dog? Just stop. Please. I bet you jack off to bestiality.
Just stop!
Afterwards, I was quite overwhelmed with how much he was putting me in a corner with his obnoxious attitude. Luckily, I didn't lash out on him because it sometimes takes a lot for me to get violent. So I simply ignored him and continued to eat my lunch while playing my games. But when all was quiet in the classroom, I could swear I heard him and a couple of other students whispering to each other about me, as if they were plotting something against me. And plot they did. Minutes later, my chair, which was on wheels, was pulled backwards, and that same guy invaded my desktop. He clicked everywhere and found the folder where I kept different pieces of furry artwork to use as wallpapers. I couldn't push him away because his mates kept me sat on the chair. It felt like I was in an interrogation. Long after he tried to find his virtual G-spot on my computer, he and his friends started calling me names and bugged me by poking and pushing me around my space. I wanted nothing more but just to leave because I seriously felt agitated until he punched me.
Sound the alarm!
I lost my shit. I don't remember much of what happened in that very moment because it was all about me and him going at each other with pushes, several more punches, and even kicks got thrown in. As if there was a mini warfield between us, and all I saw was red. I was driven to the point where I had to defend myself from what this ignorant snollygoster was trying to throw at me. And everyone else that was in the classroom just sat there recording us on their phones.
Come on, guys! This isn't 2020!
Like, what the hell? Eventually, I managed to get him off me by shoving him to the ground. I only had tears in my eyes for what abruptly happened to us in that moment. But what I naively said next probably just increased the stupidity of that situation.
Yeah, you don't mess with the fucks of this class!
Straight after that, I was extremely embarrassed and I just grabbed my stuff to leave. I almost let people see me cry and I didn't show my face in that classroom until the next lesson. The whole experience was just a big shock for me, being only a furry a few months in with little experience and recollection of the fandom. It probably deterred me away from my interest of being a furry for a little bit. Before I found out how warmly welcoming the furry fandom can be when united. Thankfully, after I did a little more research of the furry fandom and making a handful of supportive friends on an app I found, Furry AMINO, for moral support, I was once again happy with my passion for being a furry. So if there's anything that you can take away from this video, make sure that you're familiar with how the fandom is treated from some people before trying to introduce it to others, because you know, they may not like it and it may end up causing uncalled for hatred. Yeah, that's it. Whoa, that was certainly something. And also, don't worry about me, fluffbutts. I've long gone past that awkward phase in my life to becoming someone more exuberant. This was a lot of fun to talk about and share with you guys, and I really hope you have enjoyed. Have any of you had a strange experience in your life being a furry? Do share a comment directly below. And don't forget, make sure to smash that like button and click subscribe to see more amazing content this year. And yeah, I will see you all very soon. Goodbye!